Today I'm joined by the fourth multiplayer type Lumina qualifier winner. I am joined by Zephyrion. Hey Zephyrion, how are you today?
I'm fine.
So Zephyrion, you won this week. You were the fourth place finisher last season. For everyone that does not know you yet, can you introduce yourself and tell a bit more about your fighting game history and who you are?
Okay, I'm Zephyrion. I'm pretty much an old goat at this point because I started to play at Last Blue Continuum Shift. And so if the name tells you something, you're probably pretty much a veteran at this point. And yeah, I started casually on this game, and then I went to Guilty Gear Xrd, and then I realized I liked Axis game, but they weren't like my cup of tea. And then I basically discovered French Bread and Melty Blood and Under Night in Birth, and I basically fell in love with those games. And I basically continued on those.
So you went through the typical anime fighter pipeline.
Yep. The normal, the classic pipeline.
From Blaze Blue to Guilty Gear to, oh my god, what the hell is this game? I've never seen this before. French Bread, Melty Blood. What are the Japanese trying to tell me? And this game actually good? Okay, I'm just gonna keep playing.
Yep, and never stop there. Pretty hype for Celeste coming soon.
So wait, if you played so many games, like what's your favorite anime fighting game then? I want to know.
Because I'm like, when you ask me to choose like that, I'm like, I love them all, basically. It's kind of hard to decide. Because I'm still a fan of Blaze Blue. I still enjoy Guilty. I guess I could say that Under Night would be my favorite, but if it's the case, it's very close, basically.
Oh, okay. Then you must be really looking forward to Under Night 2 dropping in January.
Yep. Can't wait to see the new characters, the new mechanics and everything.
Who did you play in Under Night 1 then?
I played and I still play Chaos.
The Puppets. Did you also play Puppets in Blaze Blue? Did you play Carl?
Yep.
Okay. You're
predictable.
One of those players. You're one of those players.
Yep. And I still sub Mario in Melty, so I never went away from the puppet archetype.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Luigi, who won KOF, and he has the Zato profile picture. So yeah, he's also one of these puppet guys. So I guess it's like you play puppet once, and then if you like that character like this character type, you just stick to it as long as it's available. You always just
kind of play a lot based on who I like and design and whatever. Like, for example, in Guilty, I didn't play Zato because he's puppet, but he's not like my cup of tea, pretty much. So I went to play something else based on design.
All right. So, you won this week's tournament. You had to go up against your fellow countryman, Spotty Len, in grand finals. Talk us a bit through your bracket, through your tournament run.
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of big names, and the one I was the most scared of was King Rasta, but thankfully I managed to kick him into loser somehow, and then he never came back, which I'm happy because I really didn't want to have a rerun with him. But then Zarpox is also pretty hard to play against, but I also clutched it out, so I was pretty glad about that. And Spotty's arc is very violent, but I was pretty confident this time around somehow, so I'm glad it all went well in the end.
And right now, I talked to the other multi winners in the past weeks, and everyone said that for Type Lumina right now, the level is just so close. Like everyone can kind of beat everyone. Of course, there are a few players that kind of stand out, like Magic Rider. But where would you put yourself? Like, are you outside of being a bit scared of King Rasta, because he's just, I guess he's a good player. He's a strong player with a lot of experience. Like, do you have any other players that you kind of fear, or how would you put yourself in the European MBTL scene right now?
I think I'm pretty much like a good, what we'd call a good player. Like I'm not exceptional or anything, but I have enough experience on the game. And like I have enough experience in fighting games in general, my own, and potentially win things. But like as you said, it's very very close between a lot of players, and there are a lot of players in MLTU that scare me. Like there is, for example, Dershko, which we didn't see this time around, but basically very often wins against me, and I know he's pretty much my kryptonite at this point. But he comes and goes basically, and we didn't see him this time around, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad I didn't see him this time around, because otherwise that would have been really really hard.
Let's see, there's still the last chance qualifier. So if you qualify, then maybe you're gonna meet him in the group stage later on. Right now, you're tied with Magic Rider, Kalurith on 8th place. Oh man, tie for real. But still three more weeks to go to grab some points. So,
yeah. I'm gonna have to participate in the coming DCU, because I'm scared of most of the players around here. So I think if I want to qualify, I'd better pick up the slack, like for the next ones.
But speaking from a spectator perspective, at least it's fun to watch for me. if round one is already difficult for the players, because everyone is just so strong and kind of ready for tournaments, and the level is very equal, then it's just fun to watch. I don't know how it is for you, if you enjoy kind of being on the edge every single match, every single round.
I very much do, basically. I think it makes the tournament runs much more fun, basically, because you're not like coming with the mindset of, oh, I win against him. I'm maybe only that person that scares me, and that's it. No, you basically come and you see, oh, half of the bracket could kill me. Let's go, I guess.
Yeah. Talking about upcoming brackets, there's UFA coming up in France next month. Are you going to go to any offline events this year? Will you be there?
Sadly, UFA and Revo I can't because time constraints. But I hope like later this year I can attend to events. Probably not before 2024 though, but like soon enough, I guess.
I mean, if you don't go to UFA or Revo, I think there's not much left for for the rest of the year. I'll be real.
Sadly, but we'll see.
Tournament season coming to a close a bit.
Yeah, but I usually can find some events still. Like, we'll see, because I know like for the end of the year that's pretty much it. But usually on April, March, April, May, there are some relatively big events, or at least semi big events I can attend to. So we'll see when it comes, basically.
Yeah, I mean, France very active with fighting games in general. So might not be a major, but maybe some more local events. Like, how's the scene in France actually for Melty Blood right now?
I mean, it's pretty noticeable. I mean, like, there is this meme about French players in Melty, because Magic is French, and a lot of very strong players are French. So basically, like, they say, "Oh God, it's a Frenchman. This is gonna be tough," and that's kind of fun, in and out of itself, I guess. And yeah, I mean, I also attended the tournaments, the mix-up, like last year, and I think we had like 64 entrants for Melty, which is pretty big when you think about it, because it's Melty. It's supposed to be a kind of a niche game, but we still managed to get so many people, and there were like pretty much every big player in Melty. So basically, even if like some of the other games weren't that represented, we still got a really big tournament with Berchko, Magic, Luby, and basically a lot of big names in it. So I mean, I'll probably have other occasions to play like Melty, with a lot of participants, which are scary, but aren't necessarily the coming tournaments. So I still have high hopes, I guess.
I guess next year we gotta see if Melty and Undernight will be run at the same time, or if
I hope
Undernight
so.
is gonna take Melty Blood's place as the French bread game.
Yeah, but I guess even when Melty came out, a lot of people went to Melty, but Undernight still stayed alive. Like most players I know, me included, kind of play both games. So usually, there will be an uptick with Celeste, most definitely. We'll see a lot of new players, which I'm really hyped for. But I think we'll still see like old timer playing Melty, being like, "Oh, I went to this tournament. I'll play both games," which is pretty cool.
I mean, both games, it's the same developer, but they play very differently. So I could also see that, under Night 2 releases, people that played Melty Blood Type Lumina try it out, and then they're like, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
I'm just gonna stay with Melty. I mean, the game works. Undernight players right now still suffering a bit with Undernight 1 and not having the best net play. But
and delay based, like you really feel it, because it's even worse nowadays, because back then, like when the game's released and all, there was pretty much only delay based netcoms most of the time. So you were like, okay, it's kind of bad, but it's fine. But now, like, most of the games have a rollback, and you come back to Undernight, and you're like, oh, that's what delay netcode is. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, especially fluctuating frame input delay during the match, or oh man, we had what was it, like the dreaded Sweden to Portugal connection with 4 or 5 frames delay.
That's Undernight life, but that'll change very soon, thankfully.
Yeah. Just gotta wait for January. Just 3.5 more months, and then we got the new shiny toy that is Undernight 2, with Tekken 8 releasing 1 day later. So
yeah,
fighting game players can pick their poison. Undernight really needs to leave an impression on the casual fighting game player to keep them from playing Tekken, I guess.
I guess. Well, thankfully, as you've said, again, the demographics for both games are pretty different, with Tekken being 3D and all. And usually, 2D and 3D players don't really mesh well together. Usually, they stay to one or the other. So we'll probably just have different player bases. My hope, at least.
Yeah, I think that's, as you mentioned, not going to be that much of an issue. But I really hope that the anime community keeps growing with Under Night 2. I know a lot of people are just waiting for better net play, because they really liked Under Night 1, but they were just fed up with the net play. So I hope people just return and we have big brackets. I mean, we saw with Guilty Gear Strive what can happen when you get good net play and a new game that attracts people.
Same, yeah. I wish the best of success to Under Night. I don't know if it'll be as big as Melty, but I hope it still makes a splash.
Would you be attending a lot of events if they have Melty Blood or Under Night next year? I know you may be working during the weekend, but
Yeah, that's basically the issue. I'm working on Saturday mornings, and most of the tournaments happen on the weekend. So like if I move, it's Saturday afternoon at the earliest, which is very rough. But I can usually like later the year I can usually manage to squeeze a day off or two, and then basically attend an event for the whole weekend, and that's what I'm planning to do this time around.
okay. Gotta get lucky. Gotta get lucky with the schedule for next year that things just work out. Yeah, well, that's we were already done with all my questions, Zephyrion. Is there anything that you want to share with people, like any trivia, any shout outs that you want to put out there?
Let me think a little. I mean, shout out just to the Melty community, and that's pretty much it, I guess. I don't think I have like much more to tell, but like they're very chill guys. And if you ever hear this and are not trying Melty, please at least try it and see if it's your cup of tea or not. I can tell you that if it's your cup of tea, you're going to have a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it's Melty Blood is a great game. Of course, not every game is for everyone, but if you, as he says, if you like that gameplay, it's a really good game. So try out some Melty Blood. Zephyrion, then, I thank you so much for sitting down with me, having a chat about you. It was great getting to know you a bit better.
Thanks for having me.
And I wish you best of luck for the upcoming tournaments. Hope you can grab enough points to make it to playoffs. So we see you in the first to 7 group stage.
Fingers crossed.
And yeah, then hopefully see you already next Wednesday. And until then, have a great time and see you soon.
Thanks. Have a great day too.